what we've been seeing on American college campuses since October 7th, we've seen essentially the unification of some of the radical left, some of those that are much more influenced by Marxist thought, with Palestinian, pro-Palestinian, anti-Israel protesters. You would say these are very unique bedfellows, very strange bedfellows. You would never expect to see some green-haired, transgender, radical leftist college student standing in protest against Israel with a Palestinian Muslim. You think that's very unusual. In 2013, I was in Turkey. And I was in Taksim Square, which is sort of the iconic central square in Istanbul. And this was the summer where the Arab Spring, all of the protests, this inferno of civil unrest that was sweeping the Middle East, it reached Turkey. And we happened to be there. Now, most of the protesters in Turkey were leftists. There were secularists that were protesting against the heavy-handed, increasingly Islamist government. Now, obviously, I'm not a leftist, or I shouldn't say obviously, but I am not a leftist. But I found that when I just happened to be there, really as a tourist, as an observer. We were actually making a documentary. But that night, we got caught in the government crackdown on the protesters, and I was tear gassed. We almost got killed. And I find that when you are standing shoulder to shoulder with people that you disagree with, and the government is you essentially trying to kill you, that you go, you shouldn't treat people that way. And it actually forms a solidarity. Even if you disagree with their stance, there's a sort of solidarity that develops because of your common humanity. You say the government should not oppress people this way. And so interestingly, and secondarily, let me just add this. If you're 20 years old, it's fun to throw fireworks at the cops. You know what I'm saying? And so there's this sort of the excitement of the protests and tasting the tear gas and the thrill of all that. And so what we're seeing on college campuses, it's a combination of these things combined with the seduction of the Palestinian cause. The Palestinians seduce the world with their suffering. And many of these leftists, they view it as the justice issue of the day, the justice issue du jour. They think they're standing up against oppression. They think they're standing up against colonialism, colonizing forces, and this sort of thing. And for the most part, they're extremely ignorant, quite frankly. They've bought a lot of the lies, the deception, the anti-Israel propaganda, and they believe they are fighting for a good cause. And they're joining in the excitement and the unity of camping out and all of these things. And to them, to some degree, it's a game. But it's not a game to the Jews that are being harassed. It's not a game to the Israelis that are being attacked, that are being murdered. It's not a game to the rabbis whose synagogues are being attacked and vandalized and this sort of thing. So it's a matter of ignorance, yes, but it's a combination of a lot of different social and sociological factors.